push out now.
Good.
Like right from the top too.
Yeah.
You know.
Which means I have to do more work on this.
Yeah.
I want to create separation in there and strengthen this line through here. In terms of your chest shot, I want to be able to drop this down through here.
I know, right? Like we need more hang here.
Like I almost like need to pull it off from here. I got to lift and pull.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to put my fingers in.
Yeah.
And let's see what's going on through there.
We're here working with Olivia, Midas Touch.
Hi guys.
We're just going through, you know, as a professional bodybuilder, we get very specific with things. And right now we're just going through my check-in from yesterday and just seeing things that are like tight that need to be fixed, you know, like every little bit counts. So anything that she can see. Yeah, symmetry is like number one, and we want to make sure that everything is firing evenly. So we're just kind of breaking that apart right now and going to tackle that on the table. So
there. I want to bring that out. Like I know that they're in different positions, but we got to create better lines in the hamstring, your glute hamstring tie, and see how it's longer over here.
Yes.
It appears to be longer only because of tightness. So I got to push back your glute through here and open this one up to drop it down through here. Part. So that when you're back, I want this side to look longer in that position.
Yeah.
So, but this is all good. So that's improved through there. But now I got to pull this back, which is still a pec issue. But look how much better the lats hang.
100%.
So,
and what I saw a big improvement. So we've had 2 sessions so far. This is the third.
Yeah.
Within about 12 days, which is great. Was lats from the front.
Yeah.
I've always struggled to show my lats from the front really well, even just in the relaxed pose and in the front double bicep.
Which is what we're analyzing.
And the lat spread. So in just this one here, I could see, you know, the lats coming out more, which is really cool. And I know we've been digging in there, so.
So we're going to drop the kabuki bar in through there probably again, and we're going to peel. It feels awesome.
Kabuki bar is crazy.
So that's what we're going to do for that. So I think I know what I want to work with, and we still need to work on the quad, but at least look at the feathering. So everything's so much better through there.
Yeah,
okay.
So much better.
I know what I got to do.
Epic.
Have fun. Still a little bruised from me the other day.
A little bit,
a little bit. But
and I had a little bit on, like here.
Yeah, that was expected though.
Yeah, that's
great. But it's hanging so much better though. Like look how much is actually sitting on the table. Still it's not completely off the table, which is nice. But I want to bring this out more on this side a bit. I've been doing this now almost 21 years, 20 years total technically, but almost 21 years now. I kind of started working more with athletes, particularly bodybuilders, back in 2014, 2015, when I started kind of going to the gym myself and coming across of different athletes there. I think the breaking point really in my career was when I started treating Fuad. He had done a few posts and that was it. I became the go-to girl, to be honest with you. And a lot of the times with a lot of my clients, because when you go from treating the general public to treating people who carry excess amounts of mass, you kind of realize that you have to start experimenting. You can't use regular pressure because you're not regular sized people. You need to be able to get through to the problem, and which kind of forced me after competing myself to stay kind of going to the gym and training regularly to maintain my strength, because you need abnormal strength to break down abnormal issues by abnormal sized people. So unusually large people. So, and the key is to not be excessive, like not beat people up for the sake of beating them up. It's if you will, pressure with purpose. It's symmetry. People want symmetry and they want size. So symmetry is a huge one. We want things to grow as equally as possible, or deceptively as equally as possible. Make sure the muscles are sitting in a position where you need them to be so they look symmetrical. We all have a stronger side or one bicep larger than the other, or whatever the case may be, but the key is, can we make it at least look even if it's not? But at the very least, by eliminating some of the scar tissue or fascial adhesions in particular muscles and allowing them to flow the way we need them to flow so you can recruit more of the muscle belly, will allow for that symmetry or the appearance of symmetry. As well as equaling out the strength. So I noticed that with his, before our first treatment, even when I was watching him at the gym, his pec wasn't sitting right. I didn't like how high up it was, because essentially his pecs look pretty even, and the size is pretty well the same, but they're not sitting the way we need them to. And that could be from an old injury. It could be from another muscle tugging on another. It's kind of like this domino effect. For him on this side, I think the pec was way too tight, so not allowing his shoulder to sit back where we needed it to. So I needed to loosen up his pec in order to allow things to flow properly, or at least appear like they're flowing or sitting properly in the posterior chain. Because when you're up on stage and your lats are spread, and just the way the lights hit you and the angles of the judges, it may not look symmetrical to them back there. And it could be just something as simple as a tight pec that's doing that. So it's kind of this whole domino effect. And if you don't know what you're looking for, then you're going for a treatment technically in vain, because the person's going to go treat, just the shoulder, but what about the pec? When the pec was the reason why it wasn't sitting properly. And unfortunately, you need to hit all makeups of the body. And that's the muscle, the nerve, and the bone. You have to be willing to do joint play, because if the bone's out of place and, you just treat the muscle, the bone's still going to inevitably pull that muscle back into that position by being tighter on one angle. And then if the nerve is firing too much to the tissue because it's been tight for so long, and you don't treat the nerve, you don't override the signal from the brain to the tissue, it's also just going to tighten back up.
And that's the thing, you don't have just one technique, you know what I mean, for fixing something. You have I don't know how many tools and techniques to get the job done. And then it's on top of that, you also have the what's it called, the acupuncture that you put in, midway through, and then start working the other side, and then come back to it and strip it more, and it's I've never had it so. It's such a great therapist that does that much, all in one session. It's we really tackle it, and I really feel better after. It's crazy the progress we made, and this will be our third session, so.
You might have to.
Right? Well, that's 100%. That's what we're doing, guys. So get ready.
If you
if you want to see her out in Las Vegas, we're aiming for the first week of August.
Yep.
So we're going to have something set up, that you can reach out to us and we can get you set up in advance, and that way it's just more streamlined. And when she comes out, she knows X amount are already working with her, and it's going to be awesome.
That's right. Yeah. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I mean, hear the explanation from the beginning of this video, guys. It's she knows what she's doing.
How's the pressure?
Yeah. This is good. So we have right now the ball in the back, which, I'll let you explain.
Well, we have it bordering the scapula, so the front of the GH, the glenohumeral joint, can pop forward where the pec connects at the AC joint.
The which one?
This thing. So the joint where the arm bone goes into the body. so we want to be able to pop it forward, right? So in this position already, he's already stretched. The pec is already stretched. I can get into the fibers and I can strip them out. My knuckles hurt people, so I generally have a tendency to drop an elbow in it. It's a wider surface. It's pointy. It gets the job done. In the meanwhile, I'm providing downward pressure to create a stretch through the arm and dropping into the front of the delt.
And the more pressure you put on my pec, the harder it goes into that ball in the back.
Yeah, and the shoulder blade.
Dude, but how's the pressure?
It's wild, bro. It's wild. It's you're not going to be...
I'm jacked. I'm 147.
I can guarantee that if someone else is on the table, they're not going to be as calm as I am. I don't think.
Yeah, no. I get yelled at a lot.
Most people would probably be squirming right now. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. But I love it because I know it's fixing it. So that pain, it's like the pain of training. That burn you get, it's going to cost you, to get it out. So, and that price is I want to pay it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
you didn't get here by simple means. You're not going to fix it by simple means. Exactly. It's accumulative, right? Exactly. And you can go to someone, have them smear lotion on you, but you'll leave them moisturized, but nothing's going to happen.
Scratch the surface.
I remember one time saying in front of one of my bosses that no pain, no gain. Mm-hmm, and he pulled me aside at the end of the day and gave me crap and said I should never use that terminology in front of patients. You're not trying to inflict pain on them. No, but sometimes to fix things, you need to. Yeah.
Even for a regular person, for sure bodybuilders, but even a regular person, if they do some sport or something or on the side a hobby and they have something tight, it's going to hurt to get it fixed a little bit. You can't just get a regular relaxed massage and expect your body to be better.
That's just not going to happen.
Massage addict might not cut it, guys.
Maybe not. You'd like to believe it, Dan. This is Shockwave, and it uses extracorporeal...
this feels wild.
Yeah, it does. It uses basically air, compressed air in the cylinder, if I was going to layman it down for you, to create extracorporeal shockwave, which penetrates the skin, goes to the depths of the muscle, nearly where the bone attachments are, the muscle attachments are to the bone, to blast any adhesions that my fingers can't access. They use this thing for a number of things. They can use it for plantar fasciitis, post-operative scar tissue.
Erectile dysfunction.
ED is a big one. Erectile dysfunction. I can only imagine having this on your penis.
Oh, yeah,
that would
I know,
be
right?
awful. Like,
Man, but you do feel this like to the bone. It's
Yeah.
wild, actually.
feels like it's literally pinging, and it's amazing because it's breaking down those layers. And what a lot of people don't realize is that I personally feel that fascial adhesions are one of the main reasons why we have dysfunction, why we don't grow symmetrically, why we're not able to lift as much on one side as we are the other, simply because of this thin layer of fascia. Now, fascia in the human body over time becomes very white and fibrous and behaves like glue. Whereas if you were to cook chicken breast and you peel back the skin, you see that clear slimy layer? That layer is fascia. Now, chickens clearly don't live as long as us, and they're not toxic. They don't drink and smoke. Right? So they don't do all these things that we do, and the wear and tear on the muscle, like even just tear and repair causes scar tissue. Like we're training, right?
Breaking it down.
So I need to break that stuff down because we want the muscle still to glide over the other muscle, and if that layer is there, there's no possible way. The adhesions build up.
Yeah.
So it's quite awesome because otherwise, in order to break this down, I'd have to cut you open.
Yeah.
So like, or really, really bruise you.
Yeah, like that.
So, which I've also been guilty of in the past.
Yeah.
Sorry to any of you who have left blue. So. And you were complaining about radial brachialis on this side, which is also known as the drinking muscle. Now yours is massive. Mine is stringy, so you can see mine from here to here, right? So it's this. It's responsible for flexion at the elbow. You'll feel it a lot with hammer curls.
So here, my last off season, here after it was like post show Olympia, like 2023, here and here, I had an ultrasound or whatever, and I had two small tears in both.
Oh, really?
Both here and here, just small ones. And I had PRP like put in.
Did the PRP help you any?
Yeah, but it was pretty painful for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I had to stay off of it. And then, I mean, you use your hands for everything.
So now even those tears, even with the PRP, will
Yeah.
still create scar tissue, right? In the healing process, it has to lay down new cells for repair of the tissue, right? So even that for sure is probably part of the reason why you're feeling it in your elbows, at least you have this week. So
Yeah. Oh, that's not nice.
right?
Just breathe.
Jeez.
We might Spider-Man on this only because I think it's going to help. Yeah, so we're going to do some dynamic cupping. Because so I can pop. He doesn't like this.
He doesn't like this?
No one does.
No, this one's.
So it's like using the traditional Chinese cups, which we have over there, but this is electric, so it does a lot of that work for me.
Oh yeah. It's like 5, 6, 7 times more than a regular cup.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're gonna accurate.
See how red it goes? They're so fast, right? Do it to the side of the leg. It's like, oh.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
And he takes it like a champ.
Yeah.
Mind you, though, I'm surprised. A lot of my patients are pretty good. After the first session, they kind of know what to anticipate, that it's not going to be fun. And no matter who sends you, they'll forewarn you, it's going to suck, it hurts. Then you don't realize actually how much it hurts. This is a kabuki bar. This one's the pain pill. It's the smaller of the two. It's 19 pounds. The edge is nice and smooth and cool, so it doesn't suck as bad as you drop it into someone's lap.
So this is how much weight?
19 pounds.
Plus your pressure.
Plus her body.
And you can actually feel it breaking down some of the attachment points, or not attachment points, but places where there's scar tissue in subscapularis.
Yeah, like right there. It's like you
Right?
can feel it. You can feel it right on the tip of it, where it's just like targeting and going through adhesions or whatever they're called.
Yeah. The scar tissue, feel that there? Yeah. So this generally sucks less than my hands, because for me to drop my knuckles in there or my elbows, it actually does hurt more, I think.
The skin.
Yeah. You feel that there, right? So what we're feeling is like almost like these little like strings detaching, and which is what we want. So because the muscle subscapularis basically holds the scapula or your shoulder blade to the rib cage, although that's great, unfortunately it makes the lats look smaller when there's so many adhesions built up in that area. And sometimes it's not that you're not symmetrical, it's because subscapularis is stuck, or even your lats are stuck in the same fashion against the ribs.
Right there, I feel almost pec, like it's going all the way into it.
But this is why the pec looks different from the front.
Yeah.
So as you can see, Regan's feeling it right now in his pec area, which is not surprising to me, but maybe surprising for you on the table.
It's there. Yeah, that's
so because everything through here, although I'm not even on the pec at all, I'm actually into his lat and subscapularis. He's feeling it through the front. Yes, there's a lot of stretch, there's a lot of pull. It's breaking down adhesions as we speak. So I will just hang out here for a second. He might even get a little bit of numbness and tingling into the fingers, which is normal. One spot, right there.
It just feels so loose.
Keep your arms above your head,
See those angles? Yes, we're going to do some electroacu through here. And I want to kind of actually tuck this under your butt. That way your hand can stay there, just like that. That way you're not moving, just in case you have the tendency to, if you wanted to move, you can't now.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to do some electroacu through the pec major and pec minor, the delt, and we're going to get radial brachialis all in this position. And while this is kind of cooking over here, what I am going to do is I'm going to start working on the other side for balance. Even though I know the appearance of this side is a primary concern, we still have to deal with both sides equally, because I always joke and say the other side will get jealous and something will inevitably go wrong, right? So, say, what about me? So
that's about right there, yeah. If it's...
Should we look at it?
Yeah.
He wants to see what's happening.
Yeah.
And we're using 75 mil needles. We're guiding this
for purpose
to get to the very bottom and through all the tissue. And well, Regan's a big boy. He's got a lot of tissue density. So if you want to see the appearance of how thick the needle is, like, or how long it is, yeah, we'll bury them on him. So I have 125 mil needles that I'll use on his glutes, which you'll get to see. So 12.5 centimeters, essentially. This is 7.5 centimeters. So here we got pec minor, pec major, anterior delt, right? Oh, we're freaking out. Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
I'm watching it go in. Let's do this in slow-mo.
I don't feel it really. That's what's weird. I mean, I can. I know I can feel it there, but like not. It doesn't hurt though.
So my e-stim unit, which has been through the ringer with me over the last 14 years, I put a hair elastic around it to keep it together because I refuse to order another one. Now I need to, because I might have a satellite location. So, but in having said this, it is powered by a 9-volt battery. You would never know it, because the reaction that you get from the brain to the tissue from the muscle is extreme. Like, look at that. So that square battery we still use for our fire or smoke detectors is what elicits this incredible response. So I have them at a 6 frequency and about 110 hertz. Like from the shockwave to the draining, all of it, like everything was an experiment. I don't know what I was doing initially, but now, of course, clearly, but because not only am I pushing down to tack down the fibers, I'm moving the arm at the same time.
Oh yes, you feel that little tiny pops.
Yeah. It's a lot of active release stuff, or passive. At the very least, if I can get certain things to move or to allow fresh blood into the area, even just the joint nutrition in itself will allow you to get into new ranges. So every time it contracts, I can kind of feel what's happening with the tissue beneath. I want to feel if it's actually moving, because there's 3 points of connection for pec minor. And because I can go under his pec major now, like I'm literally right under there and against the rib cage, I can feel what's happening through there. So you should be able to, like if you can't go under somebody's pec, it's stuck. You need to,
I don't think this first session you could get under it. No.
Like there
Not
were,
like this.
and his arm wasn't really even sitting on the table either. So we're leaps and bounds further from where we were, which is great. And then I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but I can only imagine if you've had comprehensive therapy like across the board, right? And I'm not saying people you saw before weren't, but here's the thing. I love having a team. I miss my clinic, I miss my staff, but it's so much easier to know exactly what's happening with every session when I take care of it all. The acu, the shockwave, I made sure it's applied exactly where I want it. Because if I sent you next door to see, you know, Mary or John, like I don't know if they're going to do exactly what I want them to do. So when you control all forms of therapy being applied, you kind of know it's being applied exactly where you want it. You can literally feel little strings detaching. Because you should be able to pick somebody up like a cat. Being able to pick somebody up like a cat. You should be able to do this with them all over the body. This is great fascia right now. You should be able to like... And we weren't able to do this before on him.
No, not at all.
So,
not at all.
Okay, so even in our first session, we were having an issue with even the quad falling off on the side. It was kind of stuck through here. So it made the lateral sweep not look the way it should because it was stuck. We want it to drop significantly farther than where it is. So even watch the line, look at his IT band now. We'll check it out after because that will give you an indication of how much more we can get it to bow.
This is like insertion of that spot we want it to pop out more, right?
The glute hamstring tie-in.
Yeah.
Because I should be able to like wedge my fingers under it and wiggle it back and forth. And I can on the medial aspect, but the lateral I can't. So the external portion of it right through here, which I'll be able to get once I flip you over, but at least it's much, much looser. So although there's great muscle density, I would never say otherwise, clearly, it's the way in which the muscle moves, how it hangs on the bone, that is what I'm also looking for. Mm-hmm. I want it to be able to flow. I want you to be able to go up there and be like, I want all the fibers to be visible. Mm-hmm. So... See. There we go. Did you feel that?
Well, yeah,
that was the fight. So I went through a trigger point, which is good. And what I am going to do is because now...
Oh, Jesus.
What's wrong? You okay?
Yeah.
You're good?
The teardrop one is strong, that one.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
shit.
white wire, so let's drop her down a bit. Let's turn it a bit. Better?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hey, remember, every contraction, right? It's like almost doing something for high reps, right? Creates better definition in the tissue. This is exactly what the stimulation's also doing, right? It's going to like literally agitate it away. It's like going through something with a thread against clay, for example, a string against clay. Eventually you carve straight through. Every contraction creates like almost like carving it into the tissue or carving the tissue itself. It's amazing. Okay, like really?
That shit's fired.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's because a lot of the adhesions are broken down now, so you're getting a bigger reaction.
Right.
But I'm like, but like, you're making the whole table shake, bro. Like, wait. Okay, wait.
Wow, yeah, a little pop.
Not bad, good.
Yeah, this is not like you can't.
What do
for
we
real,
call
like,
it?
Usually, most people, they have one technique. They do one thing.
This is traction.
This is full body, like.
Let's do it,
like
right?
priming.
Have you turn over. This is the let's fix it.
Yeah.
This is a total reset.
Yeah.
I call it the total reset, right? Because I'm doing muscle, bone, and nerve.
Yeah.
All within the hour, right? So I should be able to pick up this tissue here and put my fingers right under and move it nicely. Like it moves because we did this already a bit, but today we're really gonna make things pop because, well, now I can, because there isn't as much scar tissue in my way as there was the last time we did treatment. So because he's got glute tissue, it's just not sitting where we want it to. Some of it's stuck. So we're gonna make this all. See, had we not had treatment before, there would be a lot of things still that I'd have to clear out in order to even change the shape of that, because look how full that is now. Look how much lower that is now. Now, also, therapists' thumbs are not necessarily the strongest after this many years. And this is where I think bodybuilding kind of did me the favor by strengthening up certain tendons and joints in my hands from the training, because the amount of pressure that my thumb produces is also abnormal. So they're not bionic thumbs, like probably just because the weight. Yeah.
Different muscles, too.
Wonderful grooves. Here, resist. Look. Nuts, eh? Right? We will feel in a sec.
God.
But I need to loosen up down here on like below, but to give up here a little more slack so it makes it more bearable where I'm working, where the actual issue is. So just give the tissue a little more length. Right? It's like, what? Ready?
Yes.
Ready? What do you mean?
Very pretty.
The fuck's that?
Some more acupuncture.
Oh.
We're gonna, create a little bit of overstimulation to turn it off. We're fatiguing the nerve, actually, is what we're doing. So that way I can go back over and strip everything the way I need to without killing him in the process. See, now it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Still sucks, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Also, my bad habit, using their backs as tables for my tools. I don't got time to walk over there. I'm trying to get things done. The first time I brought his arm back, he grunted. And his body kind of did one of these weird, it's like he almost wants to get off the table. Everything's still pretty good back here.
Yeah, yes.
So you've been doing your floor work, mobility stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
This is very good. Compared to...
I love this one. This is...
Right?
Yeah.
Check this super quick and we're done. You did good today, buddy.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Good deal.
Church.
Right?
Smart.
Yeah, honestly, you did. But you guys take it, right? You let me do what I need to do. Let's go in there.
Yeah.
They freak out, right? Because it hurts.
Yeah. I just think you just don't want to be better that much, that badly. You know what I mean? It's just we look at it differently.
It's okay. Well,
Yeah.
you can go see so-and-so or go wherever. What do you want me to do? You asked me to fix you.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
hurt.
what I'm gonna do.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
There you go, homie.
Oh,
You survived another session.
fantastic.
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh, it's unbelievable. Everything is loose and shit.
Yeah, your
Literally, yeah.
quads are actually jiggling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Awesome.
amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You did good, buddy. You did good.
That's the
You did
Midas
good.
Touch right there.
That's right.